Well, good morning. Just traipsing across the farmer's field. You see a misty sunshine behind me. It's about I don't know, 20 past 8 in the morning. You can see all the mist on the horizon. A lot of fog on the way here, but I'm on the Warwickshire Avon today. Just walking across the field to a couple of chubby looking pegs with my friend Dave, and we'll try and choose a couple of nice pegs, and Dave will go above or below me. But I'm looking forward to this. Been itching to go on the river for a while, on the Avon, doing a bit of chub fishing. But it's a nice bit of the Avon near Warwick, not too far for me to go today. And I have fished it quite a few times over the years, but not normally in January. Probably not going to have a red letter day, but hopefully we should get a few bites. It's full of dace and things like that as well, but I think on a day like today, bordering on a frost, it's going to be chub or bust. I can actually smell it. I love the smell of the Warwickshire Avon. Brings back a lot of memories when I was a club angler. It's just got that smell to it. It's got a bit of pace as well. Let's have a look at the first peg we come to. There we are. Beautiful bit of river. Further up it's all deep and slow and sluggish, but this is below a weir and got some pace and narrower, windier, chubbier, hopefully. Yeah, so the peg I want is probably just about 100 metres down this way. Riffles and boils, and look. Looking forward to this. Look at the mist. That mist. What a beautiful morning to be on the river. Yeah, this is where we fished. These are the two swims we fished last time. Oh, there's a bit more pace there. But look at that. Eh? Look at that. Channels through there. That big nice deep bit under there. That looks chubby, doesn't it, under there? It certainly looks chubby. Got a bit of pace and colour. Very fast. Dave told me to go on the peg above. I don't need telling twice because that's the peg. So, but anywhere on this river's nice though. It's a beautiful bit of river. I love the Warwickshire Avon. So yeah, something magical about it. It's got full of character and it's been kind to me over the years. Hopefully it's kind to us both today. I don't think I filmed last time we were here, but we had a couple of chub apiece, I think. Dave had the biggest one. I think he went above me and had a big chub actually. A little bit more pace on it today. But yeah, it won't take long to set up. I'll show you all my gear, look. That's all we've got. A box, a little bag, my rods, got 3 rods, and keeping it in a little side tray, very light little side tray. And my cameras. That's it. All right, let's try and tackle up and we'll be fishing in no time, hopefully. Well, this is the peg. You can see the flood's been up to here. Hello, swans. The flood's been right up to here, all the way back to there. But it's been fished recently. You can see footprints. Popular peg for the pleasure anglers. So looks nice, doesn't it? It's all washed away, but that tree used to come out a bit more, I think. But yeah, that's where you catch them. Somewhere down there. So but it's all boily there. It's got some pace. Definitely got some pace, more than I expected actually. 2 rods there. Oh God. And a rod rest. That's it. But I'm going to start off on a bit of bread. Take my gloves off, don't need those now. Let's just have a bit of air rig bread. But yeah, we chuck a bit of bread. I say I thought about just fishing liquidised bread on the float, which I might still do, but it looks more maggoty to me. So anyway, let's just, what should we do? Should we underarm it to the top of this peg? Yeah. Under that load of stuff, it's just going to find its own space. It's got some pace. I'm just going to pay out a bow. Actually, that's probably all right there. I'm just going to wedge it there. We'll know about it if we get a bite. I brought some sticks and bollows that I've had tied up. They're probably a little bit undergunned for here, to be honest. I probably want something a bit shorter and fatter bristled. But we'll see, we'll see. I've just brought me 11-foot commercial feeder rod, which is what I used on my recent roving session on the Cherwell. Coped with everything I caught, a nice bream and a chub, and a couple of roach. So we've got some bronze maggots with some reds mixed in. Brought these specially for today. I haven't got my catapult out. Oh, that's the bottom of that bag. I'm tempted to just have a little throwaway line down the, just like there, and then one about just going on that nice dark shadow line. So we'll have a little stealthy line here. Yeah, we can just go off this raft here. I remember last time I was on here, I caught some nice dace on the inside, but the chub I had were all over there. Don't know if I can tighten my clutch up. You better tighten that up. I did get seen off last time I was on here. He went, gone. I mean, there's big barbel and everything in here, but it's chub I'm expecting. Ping in front, and I expect to catch somewhere down by that bush. I'm just going to very lightly, then we'll perhaps really give it the bronze rain towards the end. There might be a surprising amount of small dace and stuff on this peg as well. There's some lovely big hen dace. Morning. Morning. It was a very positive morning, wasn't it? I'm sure I've got some in here that might be a bit more. Yeah, that's a. Oh, couldn't do that again if I tried. Where's that gone? I just bounced it into the river. Luckily there's no flow on the inside. Yeah, that's better. That's got a bit more of a shoulder and a slightly thicker bristle. Yeah, look, slim one and a shouldered one. We want the shoulder today, definitely. I wanted to fish a stick float today, but I'm not sure if it's going to be too pacey for that. We'll see. We'll set them both up. We'll start on this bollo. My favourite way of fishing a float on a river. Big positive bollo. And we'll see. We'll set up a waggler or a stick. We've got some pre-tides I'm going to use. 16 to 4 pound, which is 0.13. Might need to go even heavier, but that's what we'll start with anyway. Drop it down to a foot. So it's taking twice as long as normal, just because I'm busy watching my rod as well. There we are. Well, I'm going to just feed a little bit down here and 2 thirds across. We'll start nice and light and. I
don't think you're going to be too light, mate. They'll do you.
No, I mean light feeding.
Oh, right,
yeah, and then just down that shadow line, just on the inside of that shadow line. All right, £1 for the biggest chub then. £2 if I catch it. Oh, how are you going to fish?
I've got 2 feeder rods.
Okay.
2, a maggot and a bread one.
Yeah. I'll swap to bread if I don't catch on the maggot. All right, mate. I'll come down in a bit. Let's go. Well, I've had a few chucks on the lead, but let's get on the float. So I'm going to keep the feed in light to begin with. I'm just going to have a quick plumb close in, a heavier plummet. 30 gram plummet should be all right. Just see what we've got off the rod tip. I think it's going to be a bit less than that, yeah. Let's see what we've got there. Oh, still shallow on the inside. I'm going to plumb. Tell you what, it's just a little bit deeper than that, not far off. So we'll run it a little bit deeper. And we'll just run it from there. To begin with, double maggot. Couple of bronze maggots. We just leave it like that to begin with. I could run a little stick off the inside then, seeing how shallow it is. And we'll stick to a bollo for there. You know what, I reckon a waggler. Big top waggler is going to be better than this. It's shallower than I thought actually. I might have a little stick for the inside and I have this as a waggler. It's too shallow for a bollo. And the upper layers are a bit too fast. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not liking that. So I'm going to set it up as a waggler instead. Right, just set a waggler up. Just going to set a stick float up for the inside. We could try it on the waggler line as well, but I think it's just going to be a dedicated short stick float because it's even shallower on the inside. I just fancy having a little go on the inside. Try and avoid the overhead trees. Yeah, so I've got a little light waggler rod. I've got my Horizon 13-foot waggler rod for the waggler, and then a light waggler rod for the inside. A little bit fun if we hook one, but nice to get a nice bend in the rod. So we'll just tackle this up quick, and then we'll be ready. Well, I'm all tackled up. I've been feeding, but I've not actually started yet. I thought I'd go see Dave first. Caught any fish, mister?
Put it in down here.
That's deep there, is it?
Oh, it's just 10 foot off here.
10 foot?
That's what he said.
Right, must go off into a right.
But
yeah, possibly.
so I'm just sort of like, I've got my maggots here, so I'm just.
They said he never had a fish off my peg.
Put 3 of them on.
Oh yeah, proper bread. Well, I've been feeding it for all the time since I got here, but I have not really started. It's gone, Dave. I lost poor Yorick. I knew him so well. Yeah, that's your lucky mascot, Dave. Say hello. No, you'll have 3 bites. And you'll hit one of them. Right, let's get fishing. Look at that for a peg though, look. I've actually been having a chat with one of the members who's fishing 5 or 6 pegs further down, and he's had a word with the committee and they actually want the publicity. So I said this was low key. It always has been dead man's shoes. Get a ticket for this place, But no, their membership has dipped like a lot of river clubs, and they want the membership because obviously the rent of these places is high. So hopefully I can show you how good this place is. So catch a few nice big chub. Right, this is it. That's my peg. Nice and simple. A little stick float. Got a little stick float. John Elton 5 number 4, and a 3AA stubby waggler and a lead rod for when I'm having a cup of tea. I've undershotted this waggler. I've got £6, which is 0.18. It says sinking feeder line, but it's a clear line. I think it's a nice floating line, to be honest. And I've gone old school. We've got a nice 3AA Scott Douglas straight peacock waggler. Nice short, fat, stubby, proper river waggler. Lovely finish on that, mottled grey. And then 2 AAs, a BB. I've got 3/8 under it, and then I've got, I think, 1, 2, 3/8 down for now, and it is undershotted. I've got a 12-inch hook length, which is 0.13 to a 16 to begin with. I'll go down to an 18 potentially. Sometimes these chub want a small hook, don't they? And you might foul the bottom a bit less of it. Let's go one of each to begin with, 1 red, 1 bronze. And yeah. And I'm fishing the same on the inside, although I've got £4 line on the stick float rod, which is just about there. It's a little bit shallower, so I don't think I can use the waggler down there, so we've just got a dedicated rod for that. And I've undershotted this. I'm not sure if I've already said that. Let's just give it a little flick like that. And that's it, and now we're running. It'd be nice to get one first chuck. Let's take the hood down. Lovely today. Last time I was here, it was blowing a hoolie this way and blowing the line behind the reel and all sorts. It was horrific. Now it dips about there. I had a test run through without any bait. It obviously shallows up, or there's something down there, but that's gone down nice. It's probably, I can't go a lot further than that. No, we just went under a bit there, like I say. So we'll start at the top of the peg and we'll just go. It's lovely because there's no wind. I can just check the line there. There's no bow forming. But it could be a bit, it's an oldie if I get one. Yeah, I might have to just shallow up a touch. But I've overshotted it. It's quite, I've got the whole of that orange tip showing. I've not dotted it down in any way because it's got some pace and boils, and I don't want any false bites. Let's shallow up a touch. We might have to take a couple more number 8s off and drag it even more. But we'll just bring this down a little bit to begin with. Just a 3-inch at a time. I use Dave Harrell Pro Shot, by the way. Easily the best big shot I've ever used. Dave's not asked me to say that, but I genuinely think that it's the best shot. Don't know where he gets it from or who makes it. But we might only be after 2 or 3 bites on a day like today. It's just a chub day, isn't it? Let's see if that goes through cleanly. Yeah, a tiny bow, that's all we're getting. We can't blame presentation today. But I tried that bollo, and it just wasn't right, proportionally right. It's too shallow. I thought the peg was a bit deeper than this. It's only 4 foot actually. Keep flicking a bit there, a bit there. See that dragged on there? Got a bit of a wrap round there, I think. Not sure what that was. But it's a fast old river. Like it's rehooked itself. We can always do a bit of an underarm flick as well. That's quite nice doing it like that. I like to have the bail arm down. Quite shallow. I might have to really drag. We'll just run it at pace to begin with. Start losing the float a little bit there. Yeah. Not feeling it quite so much now I've found out how shallow it is. Yeah, I'm going to take a number 8 off. We might have to shallow up even more than that. Take one off from the top. No point using anything smaller than a number 8 in this sort of proper condition. Let's take 2 off. I think the boils are just taking it under a little bit. Just trying to find the nicest run through. We might end up just chucking a lead. Ooh, hello. You alright, mate? What are you doing? Leave my bread alone. You alright?
Yeah. Come on.
Bugger. I thought that was a bailiff. The last time I was here, the bailiff had a lovely Labrador. Obviously, it wasn't him. I was trying to get a feel for the river. Obviously, you know I don't do this loads. It's thoroughly enjoyable when you do. And, the boils are taking it under. So that, and yet it's really undershotted that. Look at that. It shouldn't be. That's how boily it is. So it might not be artificial waggler. The upper layers are really boiling. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Morning. Long way to jump in there. Have a couple more runs through, then we'll have a go on that stick float. And have a think. Oh, I thought I had one. It's snagged. It went under. I thought, oh, when I hooked that. Yeah. Oh, just straight in the hooks. That's a relief. I thought I got one then. Right, we'll give that a rest for a bit. Have a go on this. We've got to strike low to avoid that raft, I think. Just about to see the float through the branches. I haven't told you the name of this peg yet, have I? It's called Concord because it's a flyer. Feed, feed, feed. There's muck on the hook, so we're definitely dragging. I might try this stick down the middle.
Yeah, that was the bottom. Yeah, that felt like the previous one, so it is. It's just weed or something on the bottom. That's what it is. Look. Yeah. Oh, and someone's waggler. There we are. Well, that shows you it's what the snags are like. I've caned a DH Special Waggler, 6AA. Shall we just see what it looks like down the hill? Harder to see. A thicker top stick on it, that might be alright, that. See if we've got any fat top sticks. Yeah, 6 number 4 dome top alloy. That should ride those boils a lot more and just give me a bit more control and visibility. We'll see how we get on with that. It's just a touch too pacey and boily for the way I thought I'd be fishing. But it's a proper river, isn't it? And the fact that they never caught off this peg at the weekend is not overly optimistic. That's nice. That's perfect. That's where I want it. Just hang on to it there. Perfect. The wind's just dropped. Come on in. Yeah, that's riding it nice. We got one. We got something. Oh yeah, straight away. I don't think it's massive, but we got something straight away. What are the chances of that? Oh, I don't know. It's big enough. It's a little chub. I can't believe that. I've swapped to a stick and caught straight away on it. Oh. Look, absolutely full of maggots. What was he? 12, 14 ounce? As soon as I swapped to the stick. That's amazing. Got some 2 reds. Good. If there's a few of those smaller ones about, happy days. I just got it before my battery ran out as well. I just got it going in the net. Awesome. I just had to change my batteries. I can't believe we caught one as soon as I swapped to the stick. A big dome top stick. Brilliant. Only a pup. But yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah. As soon as I swapped to it, I thought that looks right. It's going down nice. It's not bouncing around like the waggler was. And it was exactly where I could see me float lovely, and it just boom, buried around there. It didn't feel big when I hooked it, but it was chunky enough, wasn't it? And we dealt with him nice. Oh, it's just drifting in a bit. Perfect anyway. That's sitting there nice and everything now. Good. So definitely don't come with any preconceived ideas. I thought I'd be boller fishing today, or fishing a chunky bollo and fishing it real bulk down, but it's too shallow for that. A short stubby 3AA waggler was just not going through nicely. Don't know why. I'm just going to run a crease now down the middle, I think, because that inside swim's a bit. There's sticks there where I'd like to get my bites. That's going down lovely. I can see it. Everything. It's a very thick top. That's the furthest I can go. I think I just caught a little stick right at the end of it again. It just goes up into like a pool at the top. It just shallows up. So he's just coming off the rapids really. But yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I'm just going to run one. Just going to run this stick now. That's lovely. Oh, I made up I've caught. And it feels right now. It just didn't feel right what I was doing. Big dome top alloy stem stick float. I'm going to catch a couple now. Definitely. That's the furthest you can see it. Surprising how far I can chuck that stick float. It's got about 10 to a dozen number 8s. I haven't got the longest of index fingers, so I tend to strike by shutting the bail arm. Trial and error. It's a bit unorthodox, but it works for me. Let's check it a little bit. It just wants to ride in there. In fact, I can see some sticks waving in the flow over there. We'll deepen off now. Oh, a little bit high. I don't know any harm. Starting at the top. I'm just checking it. There's no bow coming. I'm not getting a bow. Look at that. I'm in check straight away. Yeah. That's going through lovely. It just feels 2 or 3 degrees warmer as well, which is nice. The old pinkies get a bit cold. Rod and I are fishing on a river in January. I was going to put my fingerless gloves back on. That was a dink. That was a dink. No, was it, wasn't it? Still wriggling. Everyone thinks you can only, you don't have to do a sideways flick with a stick float. You can certainly cast it overhead. I prefer to cast a stick float overhead if I can. Just got to feather it so you don't get any tangles. That's nice. It's going a bit deeper, I think. We're bossing the current a bit more. That's the furthest you can go. It suddenly shoots inwards when you get to there anyway. So let's try and... Oh, good. Hope Dave's caught one. I'm made up to have caught that there. Let's put 2 bronzes on. Double bronze, top and tail, so they don't helicopter too much. We'll try 3 as well at some point. Let's feed first this time. I'll keep deepening off until it starts to drag, and then I'll shallow up again. But I just want to trip the bottom really, even though I know it does get a bit shallower towards the bottom. That's nice. Don't get the fisher stick float very often. It's beautiful when you can. When there's one chub, there's more. It's just getting that first one in it. We'll definitely have a couple more now. There's a load of foam suddenly come down the river, making it harder to see. We got one, yeah. I wasn't sure. You've got to stop them getting to that raft. This is a proper one. Yes, we stopped him. Yes. I wasn't sure when it didn't nod straight away. I thought, oh, we hooked another snag. Oh wow, that's a good one. Can't see it because of the sun in my eyes. Yes. Oh, that's a proper one. That is a proper one. Oh, he's over 3, isn't he? Amazing. Just swap into that stick float. Oh, made up. Alright, alright. Pop you in there, mate. They go for that tree. That's what you got to watch out for. Double bronze. Brilliant. Chub on the stick float. On my favourite River Avon. So it took a bit of faffing around, but I told you, as soon as I swapped to that, it felt right. Oh, that's that snag that I kept saying. I just know not to go that far then. That's the furthest we can go. Yeah, look, black crap on the hook. Well, I didn't feel undergun with that, so we won't scale down. And the rod coped quite nice, isn't it? Considering it's a light waggler rod. Feed a little bit more down the middle as well. That's it, that's where we want it. The wind's dropped, perfect. Yeah, we've got one. Another big one. No, not quite so big. Big enough. Oh, I'm enjoying this. Oh, yes. That's 3. Mega. Bit further down the peg, that one. Look, perfect middle of the top lip. Never coming off. I think we've sorted it, don't you? Before we go further, I'll just show you what me setup. Hello. You alright, mate? You come to see my setup? Yeah, so we've got a top of range HX Pro reel, super smooth, 016, which is £4 Horizon mono. That's a 12-inch hook length. And a 16 to 013, which is £4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 number 8s. Then we've got a Woodies dome top stick, which is 6 number 4. Oh, my big rubber's come off, but that's not a problem. And I'm using my XRW 13-foot waggler. That dog's just kicking up the grass like a bloody muck spreader. We got 3. It was a little bit further down the peg, that one though. Absolute limit of my peg, really. You never know if they're going to feed, especially in the year they don't catch one off this peg at the weekend. But they do live on this peg normally. No, that's not one. That's the back. Are you alright? Have you had any? I've had 3. No. Honestly, if you put that on, put that through, it's just horrible. So I thought, right, I've got a 6 number 4 dome top, and as soon as I swapped to that, I've had a chub straight away, and it's riding the boils perfect, and I've had 3 on it in half an hour. That's where I've had them all there. And a little bit further across. Yeah. That one's going to do me.
Stop boy, innit?
Yeah.
Get out of the way then.
It's all right. I stopped him.
Not coming with you again.
Oh, he's done me. That was a big one. Yeah, but that one made that tree. That was a big one, wasn't it? I'd never felt undergunned at all for the first three. I've got 1.3. First one was about 12, 14 ounce. I'm just using these. Because I don't like using my own on these sessions. Bugger. Well, I thought I could show off to you then. That was a big one, wasn't it? Yeah. But he went for that, didn't he? The last two did as well, but I stopped the other two and they just kited down the middle. Oh. Is that loud enough?
You have to remember I'm deaf, Chub.
What?
I'm deaf.
What?
I'm deaf.
We'll probably have to wait a bit now. The one before it, I thought, I've just hooked the bottom, and then it started, and it went dong, dong. There wasn't no wind until you got here. Last time the wind was right in our chops, wasn't it? It was horrible. But I had some big dace, didn't I? I'm not really expecting to see any dace.
Big gudgeon.
Yeah. I couldn't fish a stick float now anyway, could I?
Wind's gonna get it.
Well, it's supposed to be a tall windy, was it? Just completely wrecked it now. See, that's dragging. And that, look how undershotted it is. Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's still dragging. There's no... I've run it and run it and run it to try and work out. Even that will probably drag. So I've put a thicker 4AA waggler on. We'll see if this rides the boils a bit nicer. Start feeling a bit heavier as well. I've been a bit girly with the feed, haven't I? Oh, crikey. Cast into the field. Right. We've got about 2 inches of that standing prow. I think I need to. Also got an 18 on now as well. Still same diameter, poundage of line. Come on. No more, no. This big waggler's nicer though. That's going in front. He's going to deepen off a bit now. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to bring a bit more lead down as well. If I don't hook the pallet. Go on. I can get right in front of that raft and it's not dragging.
Mm-hmm.
I've got right in front of that raft and it's not dragging.
Mm-hmm. So is that heavier, is it? Something?
Yeah. Well, casting over there is not a problem. It's just the buoyancy of it, I think. That looks fishy, doesn't it? Yeah. It must be down to the length of it, perhaps just being a bit longer as well.
I've gone up from 86.
Okay.
So,
2 up. Yeah.
and this is where we get to do it.
Yeah. Just think something big and bulbous to boss the current is what we need today. Bring another number 8 down. That's bossing the current a lot more. Maybe the length of it is making a difference. But that's looking nice, and I can really run in front of that raft. And the wind's got a bit naughty. When Dave came, the wind definitely picked up, and it's sort of hitting my face a bit now. Nowhere near as pleasant. And it's made that stick float a bit harder. Lost me maggots. So anyway, I've gone a lot more over depth with this waggler. That seems to be coping now. It's amazing. Just go that little bit longer waggler and a little bit heavier. Nothing to do with reaching the distance. It's just buoyancy and bossing the current, I think. But yeah, the wind's a little bit naughty now. I'll just start to feed a bit heavier as well, just to see if we can't force something to happen. That dragged. And I've got an 18 on this as well now. Still same pattern of hook. Same, still still £4, 0.13. But I thought maybe the smaller hook won't drag so much as well. Won't catch the bottom so much. That's going through lovely. Just no bites. That was a bit more of a stab. I might be just dragging a bit too much now. I've got 5/8 down. I've tried chucking right behind the tree, nothing. But it's slack walk behind that tree and really fast in front of it, so it's just taking it off course a bit too quickly. Yeah, it's definitely not waggling so much. I'm going for a nicer, but nowhere near as nice as that dome top alloy stick. I thought it's worth a 20-minute go, just to see. Okay, I'll forget that for a bit. Pick up the stick now the wind's dropped again. Yep. Let's see, back on the stick. Wind's nice again for this. Yeah. Where are we? There we are. Well, the sun's just gone behind the clouds as well. It was a little bit dazzling for a bit. Glistening on the old bubbles. On the froth and foam coming down. Yes, that's nice. That looks nice. First look back on the stick for a while. Ran that waggler for ages and not so much as a bite on it. That's as far as I can go. If I go another metre further, I'll guarantee to snag the bottom, which is where I've had me issues. Nice. Yeah, I can get right over again now. Slightly finer line on this one as well. This has got £4. There. It is a fish, yeah. Straight away. That's a big one. We got him away. We got him away. Whew. That's a biggie. Straight away, wasn't it? As soon as I swap to that stick. What do you think that is? Oh, it's a nice big one again. I am no expert on a stick float. But I know how, wow, that's a big one. I know how good it is. Oh yeah. I tell you what, it's exactly what I thought might happen. That is the chub I lost. Look, there's my previous hook. I knew I'd catch him. I nearly said quite often you can catch the same chub. Well, there's my hook, and I guarantee I've done it no end of times with chub. That is the hook. There, can you see it? That's my previous hook. And no whippings on it. So maybe that's why it was a pre-tied hook. Maybe that's why I lost it. Because the whippings came off. But we caught him. There you are. That is the hook that I lost that previous chub on. What's he? He's £4, isn't he? Look at him. No, I can't see him gobbing up anything. That's the one we lost. It's something about chub. You can often lose one and then catch it. You hear it so many times from different people. I'm back on the stick. What have we set that? 1, 2. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings up. Just so I know if we have to re-tackle up. Oh, made up now catching that. It just means we've got the wary one out the peg. And as wary as we think chub are, why is it that you can often catch the same one? I remember fishing a club match at Hampton Lucy. And the top 10 and the leading junior used to be able to fish Hampton Lucy for a Christmas match. And I fished it, and I drew on. I had to wade across onto the island, and I lost a chub, and I caught it. I caught the same chub about half hour later. Dave won't believe when I say I caught it. So we got 4 now, and the one that got away. Mega. Years ago I did a feature with Mark Pollard. Where's my float? Where is it? There. Years ago I did a feature with Mark Pollard on the Coventry Canal, and we caught a big chub then. It was partially frozen, and never forget. And we had a load of cat ice he had to break first. Anyway, he's lost a big chub. And then an hour later he's caught the same chub with his hook in his mouth. Nuts, isn't it? If I catch 5's the target. Any more is a bonus. Oh, we got one. I wasn't sure. We have. come up anyway. Jesus. He's hanging on. He's hanging on. He's proper hanging on. Come on. He's a big lad. Oh, yes. That's a big lad. All right, all right. Okay. Look at him, big old gnarly warrior, that one. I'm going to go see Dave now. As much as I'd like to catch a sixth. I'll see Dave. On the stick again. Look at him. Don't hold him up too much. Look at that. You recognise him again, wouldn't you? Alright, I'm gonna have to go see my mate Dave. Hopefully he's had some fun as well. Give him a big pound before we go. How you getting on? You've not had a bite? Useless.
You haven't.
I've caught him again. I have, and my hook is in its gob. I think it's the whippings have come off. It's a pre-tied hook, wasn't it? And I looked down its mouth, and there's 3 maggots on its lips. And I thought, never. And I've took mine off, and I'm like, my hook with 1 maggot is still in its gob. It's big one, 3.5, 4 pound. And I've just had another one about the same size. All on a stick. I've run and run that waggler, and it's going through lovely. Fish it a lot more over depth. Nothing. As soon as I swap to that stick,
No.
I've caught. Yep. As soon that's when I first swapped to a stick. Do you want one? When I first swapped to a stick, it went straight away. Anyway, I've run and run and run that waggler, swapped to a stick again, and there's no sugar or nothing in it. And it's gone under straight away again. And then I've run it and I've had another one. Big old fish they are. I didn't think they'd be quite that big today.
But you know how? I once told you when I used to chub fish all the time. Greg was working for Thames then, Thames Water Authority, and I had a 4.25 pound chub from Whitebridge. And when the scales came off, I phoned him. I said, "Oh, I've got the scale." I said, "How old do you reckon he is?" He said, "Send it me down. I'll do a thing on it." And he sent it down. He was 14 years old.
14. Wow. Wow. Oh, that didn't take you long. I'll have one run through. It's something to do with you, Dave. Do you attract the wind? That's it. Got to really punch it. Can't chuck it like a normal stick though. But it was they've all been about from there and then another 3 or 4 meters. Every single one. Like that. Straight away. First chuck. That's nuts, isn't it? Beautiful, isn't it? I want to get the fish in. Not as big. The other two, the last two were bigger than that. The one I lost was bigger.
Yes, but the thing was, John, that was mine. Yeah,
That could have been your fish, Dave.
it was my
If you had pulled your finger out. There's none left now. That's it. I've caught them all. Six chub. Right, now you can have a go. Sorry, Dave. I'm going to pack the rest of it away, I think.
It's nice and warm anyway.
Yeah, it might be a bit low for your long legs. Amazing, isn't it? That's all. I don't think there's anything but chub in the peg.
No.
I'd love to do a survey and see what's actually there.
You frighten yourself.
You think? I don't think I've had many bites. I reckon I might have missed 3 bites. Yeah, don't go any further than that. And keep it down. See that little, yeah. It just wants to, as soon as you get to that, it suddenly goes vroom like that, round the corner. I reckon like a little chubber or something would work. You know, a loafer or something.
I think that's probably what, if I was going to fish it.
Yeah,
A
heavy. I just didn't anticipate needing a float like that today.
I can't believe you caught on this. So lovely.
Come on, you chub. Rub-a-dub chub. Is there a peg directly below the new bridge that they built, the bypass bridge?
Yeah. I think it's one above.
Is that where you had the record?
No, that was the old bridge I had.
That was all right. What weight did you have?
66, I think.
And you chucked a ring's worth of chub back, didn't you?
About 20 pounds.
What's that, just lifting the net out?
Yeah.
That was ridiculous, wasn't it? How many years ago was that?
It was a red letter day.
Well, yeah, £60 a chub, chucking £20 of them back. Didn't you have a pike trouble as well?
Yeah.
There used to be £20 pike in here, didn't there? It's much more comfortable that waggler, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just doesn't go under. Remember, it doesn't matter that I've got 6, it's all down to who catches the biggest one.
I've got he's come round, so I'll have a look at that marble. £7.80.
£7. Sounds like one of my estimates. I'm trying to think how long ago it would have been when I fished the league on here. Yeah, I loved it. Dace fishing on the pole was awesome. I'm scraping the barrel with the old maggots. Okay, well, maybe I won't get one within 5 casts. What do you reckon, half a dozen more runs? Ran out of maggots then anyway. I've got to be my last pouch of maggots. And a bit of cloud of dust. Come on then. Right, that's it. That's it. Get this chub out. Have a look. Probably all jumped out when I came up to see you. They're big. That's the one I lost, I think. Whee! Clever book, isn't there? There we are. Team effort, because you let me go on the best peg. Cheers, Dave. Awesome.